Turns out it's a camera. Are we dumb? Oh! How do we not see that? Somebody was here. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Chrissy and we back with another story time. I can't wait for this one. I have been waiting to tell this one. So get ready, get your drinks, get your snacks, and sit down. Cause we in for a good one. Make sure you subscribe. Turn on the post notifications so you know every single time I post. I usually post once a week on Wednesday or Thursday. You gonna wanna stay tuned, baby. And follow me on social media, which will be in the description box down below, like it always is. Keep up with me outside of YouTube, okay? Oh, I feel like my lens is not focused. I think it's focused. I think I'm tripping. But yes, make sure you do all those things. And yeah, let's get into the video. I never expected to be in a situation like this. It is crazy, it's scary, it's real. All I'm gonna tell you is listen to the story and be careful out here because the world is scary, the world is dangerous. It all started with me booking an Airbnb. And I know some of y'all hear me say Airbnb and you're like, sis, I already know. I should have known too, but I didn't. But now I do, so don't do too much. But I booked an Airbnb in Virginia, near Virginia Beach, because that's where me and my friends were going. We were having a little weekend, little getaway trip. It was gonna be cool. That's what we thought. It was gonna be cool, it was gonna be fun. We was gonna have a good time. The photos online of this Airbnb were beautiful. Like, it looked like it had a lot of space. It was just a beautiful, nice, modern day home. And it was 2 stories. Oh, we was about to be lit. And when we get there, it's the same thing. Like, the pictures looked exactly the same as they did online. Beautiful, beautiful home. It was like a dream home. The inside of the home was really, really cozy. Like, it just felt like a home away from home in a way. Like, it just gave off that vibe. But we all loved it. It was chill, it was nice, it was cool. But before we get into what the house looks like and how it was nice and nice, we get to the Airbnb and we meet up with the host of the Airbnb. And it was just a regular old middle-aged guy. He seemed real nice. You know, he handed over the keys. He meets with all the people that rent his Airbnb to hand over the keys. So he gave us the keys. We all sit and we just talk for a little bit. Not sit and talk for a little bit, but we meet and we're talking for a little bit. He seems really nice, seems really chill, nothing too out of the ordinary really. And he's like, you know,
I promise you while you're here, you're gonna have a lot of peace. Like, it's very peaceful here, nice neighborhood. You're gonna have your privacy, everything's gonna be fine. If you have any issues, make sure you text or call me. We'll figure it out.
So he was like, okay, cool. But we get in, it's nice, it's cozy, it's like a home away from home, and we all just chill for a little bit. We got there really, really late. So what we did was we went out, we got some food and drinks for the next couple of days, and then we just chilled after that because it was too late in the day to do anything. Like, I was tired. We wasn't gonna go to no beach. We wasn't gonna go out. No, we was chilling. The next day came, and the next day I believe was a Saturday, and we walked along like it was just like a strip. It had a bunch of stores and things. It was real nice. We went to this arcade. We went to this Jamaican restaurant. They had these jerk chicken wings. Bomb. Them jerk chicken wings was too good. I'm gonna have to go back just for the wings, but we had a really, really good time. We went out for food, we had some drinks. Girl, Virginia Beach, if you have not been, you should go. We ended up going back to the Airbnb. Me and another friend of mine, we immediately felt like something was off. Like, we just walked in and we were like, I don't know, it just felt weird. It wasn't like anything had happened. It wasn't like anything in the house was missing or moved or anything. Like, it was weird because I was like, what's going on here? Like, I'm very confused. But yeah, me and her, we felt just like something was off. Like, we were being watched or something. We had a gut feeling. And our other friend, it was 3 of us. So me, 2 girls. But I'm not gonna say no names. I'm not gonna make up names because that's not, it ain't even about them. But the other friend of ours, the one that was not suspicious in any type of way, she was like, nah, y'all tripping, like, y'all doing too much. And she was like, maybe it's because we're in an unfamiliar area, like, we ain't never been here really. Maybe that's why, maybe we just tripping. So we was like, okay, whatever, we gonna shrug it off. We not finna kill the vibe, you know, we gonna have a good time. So whatever. Next morning, I'm like, I want to explore this Airbnb a little bit more. Like, we never really looked around for real, you know, in all the areas. We didn't really check the house out and check the house, period, like we should have done to begin with. So that's what I do. Okay, I go and I'm exploring, I'm looking around, I don't find nothing. So I'm like, you know what? Fine, maybe I am tripping. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take a shower and I'm gonna eat breakfast and I'm gonna go on about my day. Before I take my shower, I'm like, okay, let me look for a towel, because I always forget a towel for some reason when I go in there. And then I gotta run through the hallway looking crazy. But I go to this little linen closet or whatever, and I look for a spare towel. So now I'm just like, I don't know, I just have been trained to never grab the first thing ever. So when I get a paper plate, I take the first one off and I grab that. When I'm grabbing milk, I grab a few, grab one of the ones in the back. That's just what I do, okay? So when I got a towel, they were stacked up. I go for the one that's like second or third. So when I'm going for these towels, I feel something weird. I'm like, oh no. I snatched my hand back. I'm like, no, what was that? That felt real strange. So I was like, nah, that might have been a bug. So I'm not with it. So I'm like, let me go get my other friend. When I say other friend, I'm talking about the one that had the same gut feeling as I did. So I go get her, because if it's a bug, I'm not gonna deal with it by myself. So I go get her and I grab a broom and I'm like, okay, girl, you ready? We ready. She got the shoe. She got some air freshener. We was not prepared. She got a shoe and she got some air freshener and I got the broom. So I take the handle of the broom and I knock the towels down. So if the bug runs away, you know, she got a chance to, you know, kill that bug. When the towels fall, we hear something hard hit the ground, right? And we're like, ain't no bug that hard. Is there a mini turtle in there? Like, come to find out, when we, you know, move some towels around with the handle of my broom, turns out it's a camera. We were both in shock. We just found a hidden camera. It would have been different if, first of all, the middle-aged man that had met us, whatever his name was, if he had told us that there was going to be cameras and we were able to see them and he could tell us exactly where these cameras were at, okay, fine. You want to protect your home, great. I understand. This camera was stuck between some towels like it wasn't supposed to be found. I'm in shock. I got chills. My friend's in shock. She got chills. We calling our other friend up here to be like, look, hey, we wasn't tripping. Look what we found. And everybody's just creeped out and we're paranoid. Like, we looking around every corner now, looking under everything, because somebody has been watching us. Somebody, whether it's the owner of the home, whoever, has access to the footage that has been seen. So like, at this point, we hadn't found any other cameras, but what if there was cameras in the bathroom, like places that cameras shouldn't be? Now, I'm determined. Okay, when I see something I don't like, I get a certain type of way. I felt some type of way, because now you messing with me and my friends and it's weird. Like, I was determined to find at least one other camera or look around the house and find something that was suspicious and have some type of evidence of some sort, okay? Because sometimes when you call the police, they be tripping. So no, they need to blatantly see this stuff. Especially when I send it to the Airbnb host, yeah, I need something to send because you caught her. We look around the house, and when you actually look around and pay attention, the cameras were everywhere. Oh! There was a mini camera in a vase. There was a mini camera in the living room, inside of the socket of the wall, the power outlet of the wall. There's a camera in there. You can see the red dot flashing. Are we dumb? Oh! How do we not see that? In the living room, in the hallway, we were taking the smoke detectors off. There are cameras in there. So there's cameras pretty much everywhere. The living room, the hallway, the bathroom. Whoever got the cameras, they saw me booty butt naked. Oh! Up in this house. And like I said, that don't sit right. That don't sit right with me. This Airbnb host promised us peace and privacy, right? Privacy my butt crack. This is the most watched I've ever been. I'm under surveillance here. And not normal, like a regular camera. I'm being watched. So my friend calls the Airbnb host and she's cussing him out, she's screaming, she's like, we need an explanation now. Do you know what's going on? Or what? Like, did you put these cameras here? Because if you did, okay, we know how to move forward. We know who to call. We need an explanation. And he's talking about these cameras are for the protection of the house. Like, you guys have nothing to worry about. You know, it's like the cameras are supposed to be there. In the bathroom though? Really? Where your guests are their most vulnerable. Really? That's to protect the home? Turns out even more truth came out a little bit later. You know, me and my friends were in this house. We don't have nowhere else to go. We all split money on this Airbnb. We don't have, you know, necessarily have more money to go somewhere else for the time being. So we're like, okay, bet. We about to really look around here and see what's going on, see what's up. We go everywhere. But one place we did not go was the basement. So we're all going together. You know, we sticking together. We go into this basement. We're looking around. You know, there's washer and dryer. There's old crap in there. Nothing too out of the ordinary, except there's this weird looking door that's in there. It's stuck. It's not like boarded up or anything. It's just stuck. So we got screwdrivers, we got hammers. We're trying to somehow unjam this door if it was jammed or if it was just stuck. We had everything. We was gonna look. We got the door open. To our surprise, there is a makeshift bed there and somebody's stuff there. Like, it's like somebody was here. Somebody was here. And that's just point blank, period. You can't tell me otherwise. Like, if you seen that, what would you think? We know, we black, okay? We black. We know not to go into this door. We're not going in. We're just looking in, seeing what we see. I'm like stepping to the side. I'm looking this way. And besides the bed, besides the belongings of whoever this person is, or whoever is in here, that's how I know somebody was in there for real. There's empty water bottles that look like they're full of pee. There's food wrappers. There's no feeling like I've ever felt when I realized what was happening. So with all of us seeing the same thing and realizing what's going on, we're like, okay, we don't need any more proof. We don't need any more evidence. We know who to call. We're calling them right now. We're calling the police. We're gonna call the Airbnb host. They gonna call the Airbnb host, and everybody gonna meet up here and we gonna figure out what's going on. No more questions needed, okay? We call the police, they pull up. Period. They look creeped out, they look terrified. If you saw their facial expressions, they were really nervous for us. So they told us, hey, wait outside. We don't want you guys inside. We'll bring out your stuff, all that good stuff, and we're gonna search, we're gonna see what we find. They end up finding more security cameras, and like they really do a deep search. Like, there's a lot of police here, and they're all in the house. Maybe like 15-20 minutes later, they bring out a man that I ain't never seen before in handcuffs. This stranger has been in there this whole time. We're just now figuring that out. So this man was living beneath us this whole time. Probably the one that put those cameras there. That's what I'm thinking at this moment. And been watching our move, every single move in this house. He probably know what we all have for breakfast.
You need to leave.
He know what we all have for breakfast. We didn't go near this man. The police, they were the ones to deal with him. Then he was in the car. They asked for an explanation from him so they could have something to tell us. So basically his excuse, his explanation was he was desperate. He had just, you know, had a failed marriage. He lost his job. He needed a place to stay. This man was living with us. When we had opened the door in the basement, we didn't see the man in there. And this was because this man was hiding in a whole other space in the house beneath some floorboards. So if you have ever seen Bridgerton, when Penelope pulls up them floorboards and she had a whole stack of stuff in there. Yeah, this man had a whole space where he could hide himself beneath the floorboards. This stranger had come across this Airbnb months ago. This strange man, whoever he was, he came across this Airbnb months ago. He decided to take it upon himself to move himself in. That's what it was. I'm thinking that he probably, even though I wasn't told this, he probably was monitoring this house for a minute, because you're gonna make sure a house is either, like if it was me, I'm gonna make sure a house is either completely abandoned or is empty most of the time if I'm gonna be that desperate, you know? Obviously this man was living here alone most of the time because this was an Airbnb rental. So if nobody was there to rent it out or clean it or check on it, he was pretty much alone. He was surviving off of old food scraps. So anything that was in those wrappers that was in the basement, it was old. It was in the garbage. It was half eaten. It was leftovers. They ended up taking this man away in handcuffs, and me and my friends are all there just feeling violated. The only thing left that was kind of still like, huh, was, okay, you were living here, you were surviving here off of like old food or whatever, you had secret hiding spaces, but were the cameras yours? Like, you're saying you lost your job, you were desperate, you're living here. I know you didn't have enough money for these little cameras, so what's going on? What happens is the host is also arrested. The host was facing charges of illegal surveillance and aiding a fugitive. A fugitive? What did he do? I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. The host got taken away too, facing charges. I just will say I will never go to an Airbnb again. Never. Because I've heard other stories. That's insane to me. The one time I try to trust an Airbnb, no boo, no. And it's just crazy to me that we call the Airbnb host and this man is really acting like, oh,
these cameras are just for the protection of the home.
Can you shut the fuck up?
I will tell you from that trip alone, my trust is shattered. Even hotels are questionable to me, girl. Everybody posts stuff about these hotels and like double mirrors and things like that. Like, it's crazy that you can't even stay somewhere and feel safe. Why are people so weird? But that's one lesson I learned. I will not trust no Airbnb no more. But yeah, and that was that. Like I said, they arrested the host too, and he is facing his charges. Me and my girls, we pretty much got our stuff the police gave us, and we dipped out. We left. Other than that, Virginia Beach was a good time. Like I said, I still definitely recommend. Just don't get an Airbnb. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. Let me know what you think in the comments. Has anything like this ever happened to you? Do you know anybody this has ever happened to? Have you heard stories about this? Let me know in the comments. I will see you guys next week for another story time, girl. You know I'm gonna be back. Make sure you subscribe, turn on your post notifications, follow me on social media,